Steve, what are you doing? The gate doesn't get locked until 7 p.m. It's clearly 11 a.m.
Because, Tony, we're at security alert 5.
Is that a lot? Is that a little?
Why the sudden paranoia?
No doubt you've seen all the suspicious activity around town.
Oh God, here we go.
I can't say that I have.
This is how it starts. All these strangers come into our town, and all you innocent little townspeople don't even notice.
Strangers? I know everyone in town.
But do you? What about that electric meter?
Tracy? Oh, yes, we're friends. Colin just loves her. He does? As a friend.
Well, what if that coffin person then just came out of nowhere?
Coffin? Oh, well, he's the embodiment of death and all, so he's bound to show up rather suddenly at times.
And you feel good about having the embodiment of death just waltz into our town?
I do, actually. You know, I think Death just has a bad reputation. Maybe if you got to know him...
And what of the worm? Huh? Don't we all hate the worm?
Well, yes, that's true, but...
You see, a few new friends come to town, and you all think it's so nice. But then they keep coming, walking on our streets, moving into our houses, taking all our stuff.
Steve, none of us care.
But I thought you loved your town.
Not even a little.
Why must you be so difficult? I'm just looking to keep my citizens safe at all costs. We're like a family, after all.
Family? Right. Like that means anything. Just a hollow label to slap on a group to make them feel more special than they really are. Now, if you would kindly open the gate, Sketchbook and I are going to meet up at Coffin's place for tea.
My God, you have a miserable attitude. Fine, don't care about town security, but I am not opening that gate for you or anyone. This gate is staying shut until further notice, and that is final.
Someone's transport! You hit another kid!
What's that now?
You hit a tall little child!
Speaking to my good ear.
Back up!
All right. You don't have to yell at me.
Are you okay, Sketch?
I'm fine, but I think Steve might be dead.
Oh, perfect! We can go then.
No, don't you dare! We're at security alert 7 now. If you leave, you're not going to be let back in. Now go home. I'm gonna go lie down.
Let's just go, Tony.
No luck leaving, I assume?
No.
I'm just trying to protect you. We're like a family. What a joke.
Family? What would that have to do with anything?
I guess because he sees us as family, it implies he really cares about us. And I guess he doesn't want to even risk us getting hurt? Something like that.
Goodness. Don't you understand what a family is? I had a family once. I wish so much I could be reunited with them.
You don't have to keep pretending, Shrignold. We're all aware it was a cult. Just admit it.
No! Our kinship was real. I came to really like those kids. After a while, I truly did see them as my family. Did you hear that, Todney? This little fairy appears to be missing his family.
Yes, Lily. That's quite unfortunate.
What the hell are those?
Just back away, slowly, into the house. Don't make any sudden movements.
Little pixie man, if your family is gone, then who are these? These are my friends. But I suppose I consider us like a family.
I did not agree to that.
But like a family isn't quite the same as is a family, is it?
How do you all feel? Do you consider the Mothman to be your family?
I certainly wouldn't consider Shrignold my family, but I do consider Colin and Tony to be.
You do?
Ooh, are they your brothers?
Oh, no, we're not related at all. I guess if I had to categorize them, Colin could be like a brother to me.
Then what is the Clockman?
Is he your husband?
No? Well, that's still being determined, actually. Tony's my best friend. We do everything together, and are as close as two people can get.
That doesn't count. Neither of them are your real family. You have to share the same blood.
Or you must stand before the Lord and give your unbreakable promise to not part until you're both dead. Don't worry, I'm working on that part.
I fail to see how any of this matters.
What?
Goodness, Lily. It appears these talking household items don't know the meaning of the word family.
It's a good thing we found them.
Where did you two come from again? I thought Mayor Moron wasn't allowing anyone in.
Mr. Taximan drove us. He dropped us off, then forgot to reverse. So we came through the hall where that gate used to be.
We were here to see Mrs. Grenold.
She makes us cake every Thursday the 26th.
But this is much more important.
Mrs. Grenold. Say, what did happen to the old Clayhill citizens?
Hey, yeah. I haven't even seen the ladder person or Paul the post box.
Gather your friends. We're teaching you what a family means.
We'd really rather you didn't.
It's not optional.
Guys, are we a family?
I think so. We live together, we care about each other, and our dynamic is comfortable. At the very least, I think you and I count as family, Sketchbook. We've known each other for many years, and I love you very much.
Aww. If you are a family, then ideally you should be doing family activities.
Now's the time of day a real family would have a family dinner together. But all I can find are frozen pizzas and instant noodles.
Well, it will have to do.
But it's 3 p.m.
And we don't actually need to eat.
Well, it's less about the food and more about the emotional nourishment. And now we must pray for grace.
Who wants to lead us?
I don't think any of us have a religion.
Ooh, I do. Bless us, O Malcolm, for these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty, through Malcolm, our king. Amen. Wonderful. Let's eat.
Tony, how do you see us? Are we a family in your eyes?
Well, if I'm honest, I never considered it. We're certainly some sort of functioning unit, but I always just thought of us as friends. You're my best friend, Laptop and I are close, Gilbert and I are cool with each other, and Colin is a very polite young man. It's not that I don't think of us as close. I guess I just never thought being a family was something that was all that important.
What? Family? Not important? How dare you make such a statement?
Calm yourself, Tony. It's possible that Mr. the Talking Clock doesn't understand how important family is.
Laptop, Gilbert, what do you think?
No offense, but you people are freaks, and I don't respect any of you. I mean, I like you all, but yeah.
You see?
This is terrible. The power of family activities has swayed them not at all, Lily. They haven't grasped the importance of family.
I don't think anyone in this town considers family anything important. Not many, if any, of us have one.
We have a few married couples, but they're sort of in the background.
The awful Key says he considers the whole town one big weird family, but I don't buy it.
They're more lost than I feared. The townspeople don't have families, yet they are one. It doesn't make sense. I'd say this calls for an emergency town meeting.
We're not going to call for a town meeting just because you said so.
God damn it, people! Are we a family?
How do you mean?
I don't know. Some weird toddlers have come to annoy us and are very fixated on this subject.
Hello, everyone. Tony and I have been informed that none of you understand the true meaning of family.
It's a tragedy, isn't it, Lily?
A felony against nature.
That's not true. We're family.
That's right. Goodness, Lily, they're delusional.
How are you a family? You look nothing alike.
Sir, but I still consider them my family.
We were all created around the same time for the same purpose. We all love each other.
And we all killed a man together. I suppose you could count as siblings then.
By a technicality.
Perhaps there are different rules for the sentient object folk.
I consider Tori and Kobe my family. We may be very different, but we're all societal rejects. And I really feel that's made us closer.
Doesn't count, sorry.
You need familial roles. Fine, I'll be the mother, Kobe will be my wife and polyamorous prime,
Ooh.
and Tori is our emotionally damaged fake child.
What did you just call me? Unless you have all the necessary legal documents, it isn't a real family.
Maybe if you defined what a family even is, we could figure this out quicker.
Maybe if you let us do our song.
No!
Fine, the basics are that a family is primarily anyone related by blood, like parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, etc.
Like the lady you came out of when you were a baby is your mother.
And the man who signed his name on the birth certificate is your father.
You may be made of half of him as well. As long as there's a legal document involved, it counts.
If your mother also birthed another baby before, after, or at the same time as you, then that person is your sibling.
Okay. We already know about how siblings and parents work. If that's your only definition, then you may as well stop now because we don't have any of those things.
What?
We were brought to life by a giant machine operated by a haggard man who inherited it from his mother, or whatever the hell backstory happened.
Numbers and code, essentially.
Wouldn't they also be made that way? How does this work?
Hey, yeah.
None of you have a real family?
No parents? No siblings? Not even a cheeky uncle?
Not one.
That's not true. I have my older brother, unemployed Brendan.
Stop that! My name is Brendan! Just Brendan!
Brendan, we've discussed this. I stopped calling you unemployed when you stopped staying up till 3 a.m. playing PC games with your friends.
I told you! I'm trying to make money live streaming! Wait, you have a biological brother?
That's right. Same mum and dad.
Unfortunately.
That's fantastic. We found one.
But is it a family, or is it just a brother?
Biological? I don't know if I love what that's implying.
Can we reproduce? I always assumed that object people weren't inherently non-sexual beings. Is that not the case?
Have we all just been asexual this whole time?
Hey, speak for yourself. Now that we know you all can have real families, we can start figuring out what family you belong to.
For example, you two clock people. You must be related.
Oh, no,
This
we're
did
not.
not occur.
Then what about the two computers?
I better not be related to Kobe.
Aw, but I like you.
Well, quit it!
I'll be your family, Colin.
Ooh, how shall we be related?
We'll be siblings that were separated when we were little. And we have a 90-minute comedic but heartwarming romp where we find each other again and try to get our parents back together. This is going nowhere. Are you two ready to relent yet? We have about a max of 2 to 4 actual families. Briefcase and Brendan, maybe the health teachers, and the married couples, Calendar and Notebook, and Aaron and Sue. They don't come up a lot, but they're still around. And if your requirements are more than just the 2 people, then I guess we don't actually have any.
What a shame that more of you can't enjoy the joy of family.
You could have a mass wedding.
I don't think we have any unwed couples. Everyone's either on the extreme end of the aromantic spectrum, or the part where they aren't interested in a traditional relationship.
I don't know if I'm quite ready for marriage, but I hope to one day make Flower my special one, my family. Yeah, about that. Well, there is a singular exception to the blood marriage and legal documentation rule. One must be such a close friend to all members of an existing family to almost count as part of theirs.
How do you measure that?
That's it, we're doing the song. What does family mean to me? of my family.
What the hell is going on here?
We were just trying to teach the town about what it means to be a family.
Yes, we haven't even gotten to the qualifications yet. Like giving each other good advice and having a landline.
I did not authorize this meeting. Get out of my town before I catapult you over the wall!
But we...
Get out!
Goodbye, talking object people.
You must visit again sometime.
Keep moving!
Yes, sir.
What the hell just happened?
That was so bizarre and stupid. I'm not convinced that it wasn't a hallucination.
I feel like I know less about family than I did before.
All I learned is that we're not inherently asexual by default. We all just happen to be.
Except Penny, apparently.
I might be Grey Ace. I don't really know. It's not really that complicated. I just think you're incredibly hot.
Oh, thank you.
Well, with all that settled, I'd just like
I mean,
to say
your voice alone, Tony. Oh my god.
that's quite enough. Thank you, Penny. I'd just like to say that despite the incredibly flawed logic, like shrieking levels of flawed logic, on the subject Lillian totally attempted to teach us about, I learned something despite it. Or maybe even because of it. I learned that you all are my family. We're all talking objects and 2 talking bugs created for a singular purpose each. And many of us have been together for so long that we've reached a level of social comfort that might be more of a detriment than a benefit. Sure, a lot of us hate each other, but maybe that's what real family is. People that you're willing to put up with, regardless of whether or not you hate each other.
That's a lovely sentiment sketchbook. And extremely applicable, considering you're the only one in our house who isn't somehow better towards me.
I still don't think it's all that important if a group of people are considered a family or not. Why can't being a functioning unit of friends be good enough? Why must we have this hierarchy of labels?
And you might be right about that, Tony. Maybe it's not important that you and I could be considered family. But it's difficult to put into meaningful words how incredibly important you are to me otherwise. Despite everything, you warmed up to me and have stayed with me through all sorts of stupid or terrible things. You've supported me, and you've saved my life at least twice. No matter what we count as, I love you very much.
That's the sappiest thing I've ever heard. But thank you. I barely know what to say.
It's okay, Tony. You don't have to say anything. I know how much you hate being emotionally vulnerable in front of people.
Well, the least I can do is tell you that I, feel very similarly fond of you.
Spit it out, Tony.
I love you too.
You what?
As a friend!
You know what time it is? It's time for bloopers.
Have we all been just... What? Huh? Why can't being a functioning... Where did you come from? You're my best friend. Laptop and I are close. Gilbert are... I guess because he sees us as a family. We're certainly some... Your incest did not occur. Cock balls.
Hey, yeah. I haven't even seen the... Tony, how do we... Okay, we already know about how sibling... I'd just like to say that, despite the...
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I consider Tori and Kobe my family. Oh wait, hold on. Oh shit.